there, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, friend, it's been a minute. It's
been a long time
Yes.
since I left you.
Without
a dope beat to step two. But we are back.
Friend, it is 2021.
Oh my, the first day of 2021.
I know. You see,
Wow.
I brought out some 70s flair. Give them shoulder.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You better work it. She's
friend.
a break. Ow. She's mighty. Just letting it all hang out. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Where we going after this, friend?
I don't know. Friend, we marching into my 51st birthday here in a couple of days. Yes.
Look, whatever she's drinking, I'll have what she's drinking. Whatever it is, okay? Shoot.
Oh, friend, I'm so excited about the new year.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
absolutely.
I'm so excited. God is so amazing. He's
Yes,
so
he is.
amazing. We were blessed this morning.
Yes, we were. Our first blessing of the new year.
Yes, God.
Let's talk about this first blessing of the new year.
Yes, friend. Yes. So we went to Starbucks.
Yes.
In the words from The Color Purple, I was feeling mighty low.
Ooh.
So I went and picked up my friend.
Yes.
Friend, you want some coffee? Friend said, yes. I said, I'll be over. We get to Starbucks after we sitting in line for 900 months a Sunday. And I get up to the window.
After the lady couldn't get your order right.
After the lady
Because you know
couldn't
you
get
had
my-
that special order.
Yes, I do.
With the lemonade and the one tea
The
bag.
one tea bag.
Gotcha.
You guys tried the steam lemonade with the one Emperor's Cloud tea bag. You will be blessed.
You're the only black person I know to talk about the Empress Cloud tea bag. What is the Empress Cloud tea bag?
It is delightful. It's a mint green tea mixture, and the mint is very subtle, very good, very refreshing.
So yes, my friend has that special order at Starbucks. Okay.
Yes. And after she added 3 tea bags and wanted to add water and all that stuff, I was like, Jesus.
And at first she said she couldn't do it.
Yes.
But my friend was getting ready. I do this all the time. I knew you was getting ready to go there.
And God stepped in.
But she figured it out.
She figured it out. So we pull up to the window, and what did she say, friend?
Your order has already been paid for by the car in front of you.
Man, I teared up like a newborn baby.
Somebody had been cutting onions in that car. Because I was like, what? Yeah, that was amazing. The first blessing of 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we paid for the car behind us.
We paid for the car. We paid it forward or
Yes,
backwards. For the car behind us.
So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a blessing.
That was good.
Yeah, the
friend.
first blessing of the new year.
Yes, that felt good. I was all teary. Passing out tissues to you and me.
Yeah.
Here, take this, friend. You don't know I was feeling some type of way. Now, thank you, Jesus. You love me.
Yes. That
All
was
over
great.
a steam lemonade. I am blessed over anything that God does.
Yes.
If He give me a crumb of
whatever
cheese.
you got for us, God. That blessing can come in a brown paper bag.
Yes, Lord.
All ones.
Yes.
We good with it.
Yes, Lord. Powerball or Mega Millions.
Okay.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
So really quick, friend, we're going to do a rundown
Yes.
of that good old 2020.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, we're going to do a rundown of 2020. So,
And I think it went pretty fast, friend.
it did.
Despite what we went through as a nation, I felt that it went through fast. And maybe because I was sheltered.
Right. I think we all, had that shut in time, I will say that the majority of us were not prepared for what 2020 had to bring. And there were times in 2020 where a lot of us didn't feel like we were going to make it, And even I talked about the fear that gripped me personally in 2020. If you didn't think you were going to lose your health, you thought that you were going to lose your job, your mind. You thought you were going to lose your house. It's just everything, because there was a time there where people were getting sick. We lost a lot of loved ones. People were battling with their health. People were battling in their mind. People had lost their jobs. It was a lot going on.
Yes.
But by the grace of God,
yes, Lord,
we are sitting here in day 1 of 2021.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah,
yes, Lord.
Yep. So, with that being said, let's do our rundown really quick of the year 2020. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and start.
You got our list, friend?
Yeah, we got our list. We got.
I ain't
our
writing
list.
that down. Didn't take both of us.
Okay, so what we have going on, January of 2020, the world was shook by the loss of basketball great Kobe Bryant and his daughter. I remember waking up that morning, reading that headline, Kobe Bryant and daughter dies in helicopter crash, and I didn't want to believe it. I was like, please say that this is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seemed really surreal.
Right.
It was really surreal. And as I began to read like the headlines, the breaking news, I was like, no, this is phony. Because, it's a celebrity that has passed away like every second of every day. And then you see them on the ground. So I was like, oh, they just joking.
Right.
But then as pictures start coming out, the wreckage and everything, I was like, really?
Yeah.
He was one of those type of people that, good or bad, you could take him or leave him, but he was very impactful. And at such a young age, and leaving a legacy, and then your child is with you, and then other people are with you in the wreckage and the carnage. It just was like, okay, not just 2 people, but like 11 people, 9 people. So it was a lot to take in, that it's just all these people, God, you call all these people.
Right. I think that was a celebrity death that stunned everybody. Everybody was stunned by the loss of Kobe. I remember my kids checking on me frequently during the day because they knew how I felt about Kobe Bryant. So they're like, Mom, I know that was your favorite basketball player. Are you okay? Are you So my kids kept checking on me during that, and it was painful. I want to say that's probably one of the celebrity deaths that have really, really just shook me. That death is certain, but you still wasn't expecting that. It was a shocker. So rest in peace, Kobe. We definitely do miss you. In February.
In February was the first documented cases in the U.S. of the Rona.
COVID-19 hits.
And we won't even get into the political aspect of us being late behind the game with shutting borders and doing all the things that we needed to do, and it's going to disappear, and don't worry about it, and it's a political thing, AIDS, oil, water, tomato, potato. But that was like the gripping, the starting of the world as a whole, collectively, as I would know it in my lifetime, where everything just kind of start like, really, is this really happening?
Right.
Now that was really surreal, because so many times I know that I've flown over the decades, and I have seen Asian Americans and Asians from other countries wearing masks, and we didn't think that was the norm. And for us to be brought into that new lifestyle of you need to wear a mask, but we weren't wearing masks then.
But when you think about it, Asians wore masks way longer.
Michael Jackson wore masks.
He knew something we didn't know.
He sure did.
Yeah. They wore masks way longer than it took to hit America, So February was the beginning of COVID-19.
Right.
2020 was definitely the year of the mask.
You're right.
The year of the mask. So we were required to wear masks for the most part of 2020.
And then also in February is where we started seeing people like stock up on stuff.
Yeah.
The end of February, everybody started buying stuff, and you were lucky to get ice chips.
That's when we was losing all the toilet paper, and the Lysol went off
paper
the
towel,
shelves.
everything, bleach, everything.
And in the beginning, we didn't understand why we couldn't keep any toilet paper on the shelves.
Now we do.
So
Now we do.
I know some of y'all still got that toilet paper hoarded in your house, and you need to be ashamed of yourself.
But I had coupon the year before. See, God had prepared me.
Yes.
He had prepared me.
I remember that. Yes, we had the coupons in 2018, right?
2019.
2019.
Stocked up on everything, detergent, bleach, all that stuff, and it was blessing people with my newfound knowledge and understanding of couponing that God laid it, impressed it upon my heart to do that.
Right. Prior to COVID, and then COVID hits. March, we went through a government-wide, citywide shutdown.
Shutdown.
Everything just...
Never seen anything like it before.
People were laid off. The kids couldn't go after they come back from spring break.
They couldn't go to school.
Kids could not go to school. So it was chaotic.
It was it was scary.
People were laid off. Offices were closed. Buildings were closed. You couldn't get anything. The shelves were bare. It just was
just a limit on everything.
Right. So March we went through that shutdown. Thank God we got through that, and we even had curfews.
We did.
Right. A lot of people didn't.
Revolted.
Right. I don't think that there was really one time during that shutdown that our city, Jacksonville, was shut down all the way.
No.
Because there were still people traveling, moving about. The store that always had the biggest traffic was Walmart.
Oh, we got a stimulus check.
Ooh, April, they cut out their first stimulus check.
Yes. Did you get a stimulus check?
I did. I got stimulated.
Yeah. I was in the last batch of people that got one. I didn't even think I was gonna get one.
Mine came through the mail. So listen, at least yours, if you got that direct deposit hookup, cool. But I had to wait on my signed check by Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
I want to say I took a picture of it because he made such a big deal about his name
being on our own money.
He was adamant about that. So listen, I got a paper check from the United States, the Department of Treasury.
Well, let's stay there for a minute, friend.
Yes.
We saw mass hysteria over the stimulus checks.
We did.
We saw people fighting, people going to tax collectors' offices in silk bonnets. Don't do that no more.
Don't do that.
Just it's some of everything, because remember initially the stimulus checks were going to, if you got a rapid refund.
Yeah, there were issues with H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt and places like that. Yeah, because they were expecting their money to go to those places,
and they did.
But some of them got it and some of them didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they had to be redirected back to the person, but they didn't get it in direct deposit. They got it on a paper check, and thus more hysteria.
Right. Confusion. So yeah, I was one of the last persons that got. Yeah.
Everybody had already spent theirs by the time I got mine.
Right. I hope this second time being stimulated that it won't take that long.
We gonna see.
I need them to run me my money. Oh goodness. Okay, so after the economy got stimulated,
people were still out of jobs.
Yes, unemployment was at an all-time high.
And there are businesses even now, friend, that have never reopened.
Yeah. A lot of smaller businesses that were not able to come back from COVID-19. Yeah. We saw a lot of racial injustices, stuff that we were taught in history that we probably thought we would never have to go through ourselves during this day and age, during 2020. We actually had to go through it.
Yeah. I think we've been seeing over the past 10 years, somewhere between 6 and 10 years, we've been seeing an even more increase of police violence. Racial inequities and inequalities, we've been seeing more of that. It's been like an escalation of attacks on African Americans and brown and black people.
Yeah.
And so I think the culminating point for everything was really George Floyd, because then it took us back to Ahmaud Arbery. And then it took us to
Emmett Till.
Yes, and then Breonna Taylor, and then all of this that happened even before George Floyd was all just came to the forefront.
Right. It was almost like, it's almost like a wound that never heals when you think about it. And I think a lot of times as people of color, we have tried to overlook it or even say that racism doesn't exist. However, it does. So every time we try to move on and think that we're out of the woods, it's almost like something else comes up.
Right.
Or it happens again. And then we think to ourselves, how long is this going to be? How long is there going to be inequalities in America? Because they say it's the land of the free and the home of the brave. But is that true for everyone?
Right.
Is that true for the people of color? So we went through that. There was a video of the killing of George Floyd that went viral, that outraged a lot of people. A lot of people were stepping up, a lot of people were talking about it. And then we go into June where we see a lot of social unrest.
Right.
What happens if you get pulled over?
Right.
And you're the wrong color, you know. We have a lot of that was going on. So that was part of the unrest that we had during the year. I can say that I am glad that everything has simmered down. 2020 has a lot of, we'll see in the years, throughout the years, we'll have to explain to our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren about the year 2020. I see a lot of pictures of people of color being tased or being pepper sprayed in the face. And some of those people, when I look at the pictures, they were my friends. They were people that I knew. We had people of color getting up, marching every day. They were peaceful protests that sometimes got unpeaceful. So it was just a lot going on. But during that time, a lot of us also as well, we were staying home. We weren't going out. Because then you also had the threat of COVID still out there, you know. So as we slowly got through that, and it was a heavy moment in history.
Somebody was Julying.
This was just something to get our minds off of the social injustices and unrest that we were going to. But in July, we learned of this word called
Entanglement.
Entanglement.
Yes.
Jada Smith brought the word entanglement. And I think that was something that kind of pulled our minds away from what was going on. And
that foolery.
We got a spotlight into the lives of Will and Jada. So that was big in July. The August Alsina and Will and Jada and all that, the entanglement that was going on. And I think that's also came a point where a lot of us realized that we too had been a part of entanglement at one time or another. So
and some of us entanglements.
Ooh,
okay.
So listen, we are avoiding entanglements at all costs.
Right.
In 2021. Will and Jada, y'all hear me? We are avoiding that. Right. That will not be your testimony in 2021. Exactly. Okay. What we got? We just left August.
No, we just left July.
We just left.
We left August in July.
Yes. And matter of fact, he came out with a song after that.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't listen to it. Did you hear it, friend?
No, I didn't listen to it.
Okay.
I didn't listen to it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I lost my note. These, you know what? These smartphones is not smart.
Not smart.
Okay.
We would like them to be.
So August comes around, and we have. I put education woes because school opened back up, and parents had to decide to make a choice.
Right. Some parents wanted their kids to go back to school because they was absolutely tired of feeding them and being in the space with them, and the others was like, my kid is not going back to school. So we had a lot of parents making that choice, and they started out having their kids do online, and they thought about that thing. You got to go.
Yes. So you had half of the kids stay home and did online distance learning, and then you had half of the kids that actually took that chance and went back on campus to go to school wearing masks. I kind of felt for my teenager. I have one still in high school, 16, and I kind of worried about her transition. Because they went through a moment in time that we hadn't experienced.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
They had to be separated from their friends. And then when they finally did go back to school, they had to wear masks. So it was like totally different, totally new for them. So I kind of, worried about how her transition would be. Thank God she has done well.
Good.
She did well away from school, and she did well when she went back to school. And I think third semester is when everybody started returning back to school. There were a few cases of COVID, So you had your pros and cons with online learning and then being in school. You roll into September where businesses and everything slowly starts to open back up. I mean, schools open back up, so the gyms start to open back up, businesses start to open back up, and we have what we call the new normal. And,
We've settled into it.
Right. Basically, the new normal is, hey, wear a mask, keep your distance, wash your hands.
Right. We're in the month of October.
October.
We have presidential debates.
The presidential debates. The campaign trail begins in October. Republican versus Democrat. And not only that, I also found that this year it was also whites against blacks, or it was a lot of racial tension.
Very much so.
But everybody not all black people are Democrat, and not all white people are Republican. But because of what had been going on during the year, it added fuel to the fire of racial tension during those debates. So we had our presidential-elect Joe Biden, and we had our current president, who only has 20 days left, 19 to be exact, Donald J. Trump.
But also in October, he became ill with the Rona.
President Trump got the Rona.
He got the Rona from a super spreader event.
That spread it throughout the White House.
Right.
Because a lot of them at the White House got it. Matter of fact, before Biden moves in, he's going to have the house fumigated. Yeah.
I would.
Wow. It was in November. And I want to say the biggest voter election turnout, was it in history?
In history. The highest numbers.
Wow.
The highest numbers. We had alleged voter irregularities. None was proven. Of the 59, somewhere between 59 and 60 cases that were taken throughout courts across the land and up to the Supreme Court, and all didn't find anything that was considered voter fraud at all. No dead people were voting Donald J. Trump.
Right. So also in November, we got a new president.
We got a new president-elect. We did.
And for the first time in history,
American and Asian American.
Right.
Indian.
Right.
So, which is awesome. Awesome.
First female vice president.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how, here's the thing. I'm excited to see how this works, because evangelicals said God chose Trump. God puts one man up and takes one man down. So I have no doubt that he was not hand selected, because God makes no mistakes.
Right.
But is it not the same God? How is it not the same God that put Donald J. Trump in, but couldn't put Biden in? So wow.
So y'all still listening to the Facebook prophets? I'm just curious to know if y'all still listen to the Facebook prophets that said Donald J. Trump was gonna win the election.
Right. That and calling angels. Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about that.
Did they call them from Africa?
Calling from Africa, South America.
Listen, I don't know if you.
We don't know where where they lined up.
I don't know if you know.
That.
I don't know if you know it or not. But if you call angels from South Africa, they gonna look like me and my chocolate friend over here. That's how they coming. So I don't know if you knew that or not. But I just want to let you know, if you call the angels from Africa, they gonna show up looking like this.
Yes.
Okay. So, but thank you for calling them though, because they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Yeah. So yeah, we had to go through that, and you know what? We also didn't touch on how the brick and mortar of the church transitioned into online services.
Honorable mention. Yes.
Now a lot of the pastors before
kicked and screamed
that did not like Facebook because Facebook was from the devil.
Right.
Now a lot of them have a cash app. Okay? So because they still got to keep up. They still got to keep up that offering every month. Okay? So now transitioning from being in the sanctuary to now watching the online services, that's something that we also had to do in 2020. And I'm going to say, even last night, it was difficult for me because I'm used to being in the sanctuary. Like David said, I was glad when they said, let us go into the house of the Lord. You have that cheer and that joy about going to the house of the Lord. But even last night, all of the services, all the New Year's watch services were online. And I got ADHD real bad. If y'all didn't know, I have ADHD in high definition. I can't sit and watch Facebook. I just can't sit and watch a service online. It just does something to me. So last night I was like, I just went to sleep. After I knew that I had moved into the new year, I was like, man, I'm going to bed. I couldn't even watch service online last night. It just felt different.
You know what? I think because we are worshipers and we normally dance in the new year, we normally praise in the new year, and not to be in that capacity where we have our garments of praise on.
And we used to be so excited.
Yes.
That excitement just wasn't there for me last night.
It wasn't, and I was already going through some things. And to not be able to be in the house, it just was like, man.
We couldn't put on them garments of praise. We couldn't put our war clothes on last night, friend.
No.
Shoot.
And then on Facebook, for a memory, I saw our pictures last year of us that we took
We had on the gold.
We had on the gold. Yes.
Wow.
And then I saw the one from 3 years before where my hair was bleached blonde. And you had the short hair with the blonde highlights.
Yeah, wow. Wow. So do you think that we'll ever get back to church as we know it?
I think it will always be multifaceted now. It will always be online. Now that it's a bigger presence online, I don't think we'll ever depart from this.
Right.
Because people are comfortable being at home now. So how do you transition into that once everybody's been vaccinated? Not me. Once everybody has been inoculated with the vaccination, who will take it, who will not take it, to build us up to herd immunity levels with the amount of shots that are needed. And I think it's somewhere like we need at least 70%. Even when now that we're in 2021, I don't see things letting up until 2022.
Right, exactly. So that's what I had for December. We come up with the COVID-19 vaccination. And also, friend, we come up with a whole bunch of lawsuits. Lawsuits. And we have COVID-19 mutations.
Yes, a new variant from the UK that has reached our land.
It's been found in Florida.
Despite everything that we just ran down, and a lot of it seems very depressing. But you know what? I still say God was good to me and my family despite the deaths in my family from COVID, despite the hospitalizations in my family from COVID, despite it running through my family like a bad memory. Many of us had it in my family. God is still good. He's still good. He makes no mistakes in anything that has happened in my life. I know that it all works together for my good and to bring him glory. So it was some rough days.
Listen, God walked us through 2020.
Kept me sane.
Yes. So when we sing that song and we say that he's a promise keeper, a miracle worker, a light in the darkness, a way maker.
Yes. Miracle worker.
He did all of that and brought us through 2020, which leads me to my next saying, and it's not scripture, but it's close to it. If he did it before, he'll do it again.
Yes.
So we are still trusting in God, even in 2021. So
Yes.
that pretty much wraps up our rundown
Yes.
of 2020.
Yes, friend. Yes, friend. And I see great things happening for us this year. Great things.
Yes.
You have some great projects on the horizon. I do as well. I'm marching towards my graduation here. 4 months and a wake up.
Yes.
And just lots of great stuff that's happening. I'm so excited as our channel continues to grow. And even the pesky pescatarian.
Yes.
So yeah, just great stuff. I know that you'll say this too, friend, that we speak blessings over your life in 2021. If you're here in 2021 now, God has a plan for you. He did not let you cross over for you to fail.
Yes.
Hold your head up high, believe, trust, open up your Bible, read the word for yourself and search the scriptures daily, and examine the scriptures even when you hear it to make sure that it is truly coming from a man or woman of God that has been sent to minister and to pour into your life. So,
Amen.
I know that was a lot. Look at that.
But once again, thank you for joining us here on Black Girl Tea.
Peace.